Thinking about buying the Dacia Bigster in 2026? Before you get excited about the size, the price, and the bold SUV looks, there are a few uncomfortable truths you need to hear. Because while the Bigster promises big value, low costs, and modern tech, real-world reliability tells a more complicated story. Some issues are minor, others could seriously affect ownership, and one of them might surprise you the most. Stick with me until the end, because understanding these 5 truths could save you a lot of money and regret. Today, we're taking an honest, no-nonsense look at the Dacia Bigster and its reliability in 2026. This SUV is positioned as Dacia's biggest and most ambitious model yet, targeting buyers who want space, modern tech, and efficiency without paying premium brand prices. But does that value-focused approach come with compromises? Let's break it down through 5 important truths every buyer should know. Truth number 1. The Bigster's reliability record is improving, but it's still a mixed bag. Dacia as a brand has come a long way. Over the past decade, build quality has improved, reliability scores have gone up, and ownership costs remain among the lowest in the market. In recent reliability surveys, Dacia has ranked surprisingly well compared to many mainstream brands. That's good news for the Bigster, because it benefits from those improvements. However, Dacia's history still matters. Older models earned a reputation for being tough and cheap, but also basic, noisy, and poorly finished. Hard plastics, rattles, and occasional faults were common trade-offs for the low price. The Bigster represents a shift away from that image. It's larger, better equipped, and aimed at a higher segment than previous Dacias. But here's the key point. The Bigster is still built to a price. You're getting excellent value, but not premium durability or refinement. Materials are better, but not luxurious. Engineering is improved, but not class-leading. Reliability is generally solid, but there are known weaknesses. Think of the Bigster as a practical, honest SUV rather than a long-term indestructible machine. It's better than old Dacias, but it's not built to compete with premium brands on durability alone. Truth number 2. Hybrid technology adds efficiency, but also complexity. One of the Bigster's biggest upgrades is its hybrid powertrain options. The full hybrid version combines a petrol engine with an electric motor and a small battery, allowing the car to drive short distances on electric power alone, and deliver impressive fuel efficiency. On paper, it sounds perfect. In reality, the hybrid system introduces new challenges. The Bigster uses a clutchless multi-mode automatic gearbox derived from Renault's E-Tech system. While innovative, this setup can feel unrefined in everyday driving. Some drivers report clunky transitions when the engine switches on or off, delayed responses during acceleration, and awkward behavior at low speeds. This doesn't necessarily mean the system is unreliable, but it does mean it's less polished than some competitors. Hybrid systems rely heavily on software, sensors, and electronic coordination. When everything works perfectly, the drive is smooth. When it doesn't, the car can feel confused. The mild hybrid petrol versions are simpler and likely to be more reliable long-term, as they rely less on complex electronics. Dacia also offers a unique LPG mild hybrid option, which is clever and cost-effective but largely unproven over many years of ownership. The takeaway here is simple. The hybrid Bigster is efficient and modern, but it's still relatively new technology for Dacia. Expect excellent fuel economy, but don't expect flawless refinement, and keep an eye on software updates, because many issues are software-related rather than mechanical. Truth number 3. The shared platform is a strength and a weakness. The Dacia Bigster is built on the CMF-B platform, shared with many Renault and Nissan models. This platform strategy helps reduce costs, improve parts availability, and speed up development. From a reliability standpoint, that's mostly a good thing. Proven components tend to fail less often, and when they do fail, parts are affordable and easy to find. But there's a downside. When many cars share the same components, any design flaw can affect multiple models. Electrical sensors, brackets, modules, or software issues can appear across the entire alliance. Dacia has experienced this before, particularly with electrical glitches and emissions-related components. Another factor is refinement. Because the platform is shared and cost-focused, it prioritizes efficiency over long-term over-engineering. That doesn't mean it's weak, but it does mean it's not overbuilt. The Bigster benefits from Renault's engineering experience, but it can also inherit some of Renault's historical quirks, especially related to electronics and transmissions. Overall, the platform provides a solid foundation and keeps running costs low. Just don't expect premium-level longevity or isolation from alliance-wide issues. Truth number 4. Real-world owner issues do exist. No car is perfect, and the Bigster is no exception. Early owner reports highlight a few recurring complaints. Interior rattles are one of the most common. Some drivers notice creaks from the dashboard or door panels, especially on rough roads. These aren't dangerous, but they can be irritating and reduce the sense of quality. Electrical and infotainment issues have also been reported. These include temporary screen freezes, radio dropouts, and smartphone connectivity problems. Most of these are minor and often resolved with software updates, but they can be frustrating in daily use. The hybrid drivetrain, as mentioned earlier, is another area of concern for some owners. Rough gear changes, engine revving unexpectedly, or hesitation during hill climbs have been reported. These issues are often related to gearbox calibration rather than mechanical failure, but they affect the driving experience. There have also been isolated reports of warning lights appearing unexpectedly, including airbag or safety system alerts. These cases appear rare, but they highlight the importance of proper diagnostics and warranty support. The good news is that most of these problems are not widespread or catastrophic. They tend to be annoyances rather than deal breakers. Still, they're worth knowing before you buy. Truth number 5. Maintenance and warranty are the Bigster's biggest strengths. This is where the Bigster truly shines. Dacia offers one of the longest warranties in the segment, covering up to 7 years or a specified mileage. That alone provides massive peace of mind, especially with newer technology like hybrid systems. Maintenance costs are also very low compared to competitors. Parts are affordable, labor is cheaper, and the mechanical design is relatively simple. Even major repairs tend to cost significantly less than similar fixes on premium SUVs. Service availability has improved, and many independent garages are familiar with Dacia vehicles. Routine maintenance is straightforward, and many basic tasks can even be handled by owners who prefer DIY servicing. Software updates are increasingly important for modern cars, and keeping the Bigster up to date can resolve many small issues before they become bigger problems. Sensible driving habits, regular servicing, and attention to warning lights go a long way in ensuring long-term reliability. So, what's the final verdict? The Dacia Bigster in 2026 is not unreliable, but it's not flawless either. It offers excellent value, strong warranty coverage, and low running costs. However, it also comes with compromises in refinement, some hybrid complexity, and occasional quality issues. If you want a practical, affordable SUV and you understand what you're buying, the Bigster can be a smart choice. Just don't expect premium-level polish, and make sure you maintain it properly. If this breakdown helped you, subscribe to Supercar for more honest and in-depth car content, and tell me in the comments, would you trust the Bigster for long-term ownership, or would you look elsewhere? Drive safe. Nalfar Y, an der nassen Verferdashens, at an Android Jor, Knocker Sar, a Marker Jedden, Onbert Buffer, we Falker Deschen, and a Nassen Dacker Bidi died. Woodisen Nacker Dustin Crawford Denon, and a Nessen Berdacker Sai, and a Nacken Brated Dan, and a Natan Wandan Dathan, Andakendert.